Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly, and I want to break down minicamp that happened this past week. I listened to like 10 different reporters, got information from what they had to say, and a guy that who I think has been having a great camp, was awesome in OTAs, had the catch of the practices with that one-handed catch. I believe it was from Brock Purdy in OTAs, and then at the second day of minicamp, just absolutely on fire. I believe 4 catches, 1 deep bomb. A guy that I believe is going to have a solid ass season. And Jacob Cowan, man. Now, we all know what happened last year. He had a solid camp, but just really didn't see the field. And it's really hard for a rookie to come in and start or play a lot. The only rookie that I remember under the Kyle Shanahan era that had a lot of playing time was Deebo Samuel. Even Brandon Ayuk was in the doghouse. So it's really hard to break out in a Kyle Shanahan offense as a rookie receiver. But this year, man, this camp, this dude has been absolutely phenomenal. I remember the second day of OTAs when the media was there, I was hearing he was like the best receiver on the field. And then what he did last day of minicamp, another big performance, catching that deep ball, I believe, was it a few, I can't believe, not choice routes. I forgot how many routes, a few slants, whatever. But he was on fire, man. And he has that connection with Purdy. We saw, I believe, one day in the offseason where it was, I believe, was it Cowing, Purcell, and Purdy all working together on their craft, setting up a meeting during practice, during the offseason. And if you look at his Instagram stories, at least I didn't see it. I didn't see him once in Cabo, at parties, whatever. I didn't see that. All I saw was him doing training videos. That's all he was doing during this camp. And I'm excited, man. I'm pumped up. And what Steve Smith said when we Niners drafted him, he was like, dude, that's one of my favorite guys right there. Like, that's one of my favorite guys right there. Maybe because, they're not the biggest dudes. I believe, 5'8". But he's one of the fastest dudes on the team. Was he a 437? 438? 438, I believe. And the dude's a speedster. And we saw him in the preseason last year where he tore it up. So he could do it, man. And then we saw him in the Chiefs game. He tore it up too. So after that game, he went back to the sidelines. But I would love to see him have that opportunity, man, because it looks like he is a little bit more stronger this year. Knows the plays, and him and Watkins together, I think that could be a deadly weapon because both these dudes are speedsters. We obviously have our possession guys in Jawan Jennings, Purcell, who's sneaky fast also, but not as fast as these two cats. And obviously when Ayuk comes back, he might be a possession receiver because of coming off the injury. So I know a lot of people are talking about this receiving core being pretty much washed up, done. But I think these two young cats right there, Cowings and Jordan Watkins, could help get this offense back to that speed that we used to have back in 2019 when we had those running backs that were nothing but speedsters with Coleman, Raheem Mostert. Those guys were like freaking flash, man, just flying always. So I love it, man. I love seeing that. And this training camp, I think, is going to be huge because we'll see if Purcell comes back. We know Ayuk's not going to be back probably till week 6, 7. Jennings is hurt. So we'll see if he's one of the go-to guys again because Purdy looks comfortable with this guy. He really does look comfortable with him and the rookie, Watkins. So I want to see that connection in training camp. I just can't wait, man. I just can't wait till training camp to see what this guy has to offer. And out of last year's draft, there was like 2 or 3 guys who I loved, and Cowings was one of them, man. What he did at, SMU, transferring to Arizona State, and then just doing his thing, doing his thing, man. And I know he's not the biggest dude, but he is feisty, man. He is strong. You see him out there blocking, at least, trying to block. He's feisty, man. He has a little bit, not quite like Jawan Jennings. There's no one going to be in Jawan Jennings' level, but I remember him in preseason. He was getting down, man. He was freaking blocking, working his ass off, and he got a little stronger in the offseason. So I can't wait to see what this guy has to offer, man. That connection with Purdy, and it looks like Purdy already, he does trust him, man. Like I'm saying already, like what he did in camp, that connection he had with Purdy. Obviously, he had some catches from Mac Jones and all, but this camp, man, he was playing a lot with the ones, man. Especially with these guys out, these receivers that we have out. He's been playing with the ones, and hopefully Kyle sees that, and doesn't put him in the doghouse this year, I get it. It's a complicated offense, and so you don't know all the plays and whatnot. But if you could go out there and catch the ball, keep those sticks moving, get him out there. Get him out there. That's all I got to say. So I'm excited, man, with these young rookies and these second-year guys. Like, we need them to step up. In order for us to make a run at the playoffs, these rookies and second-year guys have to step up. And I'm talking about Cowings. I'm talking about Watkins. I'm talking about these young cats. Mikal Williams, who is hurt, Alfred Collins. Like, these young guys, we have to step up because we have a lot of young dudes out there. I remember with Steve Mariucci when we had those, 15 rookies that year. And it was like, are we going to be able to come out of it? And we weren't. We weren't. A lot of the rookies we had were sucked, But these rookies, a lot of them, especially second-year guys, are solid players, And we're going to need that. Like, we're going to need Cal Weens to come in and step up because I think he'll be a badass slot receiver, The first week of the season, have Purcell on one side, Jennings on the other side, and Cowings inside, as our third receiver. And then obviously you got Kittle out there and McCaffrey as weapons too. So it looks like this guy's going to be our speedster. And I love it. I love that he's catching go routes in camp already because that's what we need, baby. We need fast guys, man. Last year, it was just, we weren't fast at all. Debo was out of shape. Our fastest dude, it seemed like it was Kittle, man, our tight end. He was like our speedster, even though he's a 4-5 guy and he's our tight end. So we gotta be able to get guys going. Obviously, remember that catch? Who was it against? KC, where he had that deep catch against KC. Kind of got us going a little bit from Purdy. It was like, man, you're gonna see this all year long, dude. You're gonna be seeing that all year long. And then Calvin, after that game, just wasn't seen. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm excited to see what these second-year guys have going. These rookies, I want to see what these guys have going. Obviously, we know Mikal Williams and Collins really weren't there, dude. All we got to see really is Nick Martin, who looked solid, by the way, this camp. Upton, who he did a pretty solid job, I heard, in coverage in minicamp. I forgot who he was going against, but easily just batted a ball down, licked apart. And obviously we got the other rookie receiver that was probably our best receiver so far in camp, Jordan Watkins, who was the first day in minicamp was our best receiver out there. So it's exciting to see. But training camp, when the pads finally come on, that's gonna see who the dogs are. But you have to perform at least well now. If you can't perform well now, when you're not wearing pads, going against a defense who the cornerbacks have a disadvantage, if you're not dominating then when are you ever going to dominate? So far, so good for these young cats. And I can't wait, man. A month away. I got to be patient. But it's a good little snapshot of seeing how these guys are doing in camp. And I love it, man. I love it. Can't wait. Can't wait, man. So that's what I got, man. Let's get ready for training camp, and try to make a run, man. Try to get back to the playoffs. And if that happens, anything is possible. So, all right, man. I'm out. Peace.